Alright guys, so the UFC has come out saying that GSP is still under contract and not a free agent. George St. Pierre was on the MMA Hour on Monday, telling Ariel Helwani that he terminated his contract with the UFC and that he's now a free agent. "Right now, I'm a free agent," St. Pierre stated. "You heard it right, I'm a free agent. My lawyer terminated the contract with the UFC." Well, the UFC sent out a statement hours later denying GSP's claim, saying that the former welterweight champion remains under contract. The statement read, "George St. Pierre remains under an existing agreement with Zuffa LLC as his MMA promoter. Zuffa intends to honor its agreement with St. Pierre and reserves its rights under the law to have St. Pierre do the same." From the sound of that statement, guys, it looks like GSP may have a legal battle ahead of him with the UFC. Gegard Mousasi talks about Conor McGregor's threat. So, former Strikeforce, Dream, and Cage Warriors champion and UFC middleweight contender Gegard Mousasi has made headlines with his recent interaction with MMA superstar Conor McGregor. Gegard recently told Flow Combat that the UFC featherweight champion tweeted a violent message to him threatening him with a knife. On Monday's episode of the MMA Hour, Gegard shared more about the Twitter beef. "That ginger is fucking retarded," Gegard stated. "I think, in an interview I mentioned about respect or whatever, he texted me on Twitter. So I said, 'What are you gonna do with your 50 kilos?' He was like being philosophical or whatever the fuck he was writing. Something like, 'A knife is lighter than a pound. It will cut ear to ear.' That guy's a bum. He's a 60-kilo guy. What the fuck is he gonna do? If he's face to face, he's not gonna say that. Twitter gives some people courage." Now guys, Ariel asked Gegard if he was sure that it was really the Notorious that wrote the message to him on Twitter. "Yeah, it was him," Mousasi stated. "It came from his official Twitter account." Michael Bisping goes off on Brock Lesnar. So, Michael Bisping was asked about Brock Lesnar during a recent appearance on Ric Flair's podcast, and the UFC middleweight champion exploded while speaking about the current WWE superstar. "How tough do I think Brock Lesnar is? Listen, I respect any man that steps into the octagon because it takes balls. But if you're gonna go in there and take steroids to do it, fuck you, you cocky son of a bitch. Kiss my ass. I will knock Brock Lesnar out with one fucking punch. I will pick him up and throw him out of the octagon like the bitch that he is. Am I making myself clear?" Now guys, Bisping has never been one to hold his tongue when it comes to performance-enhancing drug use, and it's clear he's no fan of Lesnar after his recent drug test results were made public. Lesnar still hasn't faced punishment for the positive drug test, although he's expected to appear before the Nevada State Athletic Commission for a hearing on the matter in November. According to Bisping, Lesnar can use all the performance-enhancing drugs he wants for his day job as a professional wrestler with WWE. But once it's time to step into the octagon, either clean up or get out. "He's a big son of a bitch, but as I said, real men don't cheat in a real fight," Bisping stated. "In your world, it's entertainment. You've got to look good. You've got to be big, and it's expected for the audience. You guys, good for you. Real fights, we shouldn't be cheating and taking steroids." Throughout the course of Michael Bisping's UFC career, he's fought at least 6 opponents who have either failed a drug test at some point or used synthetic testosterone before the practice was banned in the sport. So it's easy to understand why Bisping is one of the most outspoken advocates for drug testing in mixed martial arts, not to mention rather harsh on fighters who have been caught cheating in the past.